Hey guys, Patrick Sam here from 𝗪𝗵𝘁, and in today's video I'm going to take you through an easy to use formula that you can use to determine how much you should be paying for leads inside of Google Ads. So let's jump in. Okay, so before we actually jump into the formula, you first need to answer these three questions. So question one is, how much do you actually charge for your product or service? If you're a business that sells multiple different products and multiple different services, kind of just use an average value here. Question two, what is the most you're willing to spend on Google Ads for a paying customer equivalent to the value of question one? And then the final question is, on average, how many leads does it take for you to make a sale? So I've got some example answers here. So let's say you are a business that charges £1,000 for your particular product, and then you are willing to spend at most £250 to acquire a paying customer. And then finally, it takes you around 8 leads to close a single sale. So 1 in 8, which is 12.5%. So with these answers for these questions, we can now apply the simple formula to kind of determine how much we're willing to pay for a lead inside of Google Ads, which we'll jump into right now. Okay, so what do we pay for a lead then? So first and foremost, the return on ad spend, given the values, given the answers of the three questions in the previous slide. So the return on ad spend would actually be 4 or 400%. So how do we get that value? Well, first and foremost, if we take the price of the service, which was £1,000, and then the maximum we're willing to pay for a lead, which was £250. If we do £1,000 divided by 250, we get a value of 4, which is the return ad spend that we need to kind of reach for our business, whether that's to break even or to remain profitable. It kind of depends on how you've given the numbers for the answers in the previous slide. Okay, so how much do we actually want to pay for a lead then? So the average price of a lead needs to be on average £31.25 or under. And how you get that figure is the maximum you're willing to pay for a lead, as we answered in the previous questions, was £250, and the lead to sale rate was 1 in 8. So it takes around 8 leads to convert one paying customer. So if we take £250 divided by 8, we get a value of £31.25. This means that the target cost per acquisition, which is also known as Target CPA, should be £31.25, as I just mentioned in the previous slide. So inside of Google Ads UI, the Target CPA metric is known as cost/conversion, which is basically the formula of calculating Target CPA. You're taking the cost of Google Ads and dividing it by the amount of conversions that have been attributed to your Google Ads campaigns. So if you actually want to see this inside of your Google Ads account, if you want to monitor your target CPAs for your campaigns, then you just need to look at the cost/conversion column, which you can find in your tables. And yeah, that's basically the formula. It's really easy to use. It doesn't take much work to figure out these numbers. You just have to answer those three questions, as we mentioned in the previous slide. Of course, you can get a bit more advanced. You can maybe layer in, what your profit margins are, maybe your actual costs of the business. But it's a good starting point for business owners that don't know at all what they should be paying for a lead. Of course, target CPAs can be changed, for whatever reason. But as I said, it's a good starting point. And yeah, if you liked the video and you're interested in working with us and you are a B2B or high ticket B2C business, please do check us out at 𝗪𝗪𝘁.co.uk. We do Google Ads management and a few other different services. And yeah, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and found the content useful. If you want to see more videos like this, please drop a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers. Bye.